the red app going. I have to sit here and stare at it because if I don't stare at it, it doesn't do it. It's really strange. But okay, we are ready. I have the house up. It's right in front of us. As you can see, I did raise this literally just before stream. I lifted it up because it felt strange. It looked odd being the same height as the rest, so I just lifted it up a little. That's all we changed. But random thought, because you talk about the pepperoni. Yes, we were talking about pepperoni. You are welcome. Now, Yanni's gonna get pizza for dinner or something. Okay, so if you remember where we'd got last week, we added the foliage, we added the cute little damaged wall planters, which are falling off the wall. This one has completely fallen off, right? Okay. So if you remember, we are doing a build where the person that lived here, preferably a witch, she moved on. She's left this home. She's abandoned it, right? It's been sitting here for 200 years, but it's been abandoned for the last 50. So water has come in, it's damaged the property. The furniture inside will probably have been exposed to the elements because the holes in the wall, damp, moisture, all of that jazz, right? So it's not going to be pristine and clean. It's going to be on the tackier, dirtier end, right? Gandwella lived here, yes. This is exactly where Gandwella lived. So this is where the ceiling has collapsed, right? Because of the moisture. Here the wall has caved in and the outside plant life has crept in, right? It's a nice vibe that I'm trying to get. Left or haunted? Maybe both. Though she was the witch, so she probably wouldn't have left because it was haunted, right? The triple moon window, I'm on board. It's up here, right? We have these big windows, right? We got the half moon, full moon, half moon. They're cute, right? Richolas the Great banished them to the Shadow Realm. I banished Ganduella for not keeping an eye on this property and letting it rot, you know? Yes, to both. Yeah, left and haunted. So she probably left her, spiritual guide behind, right? Her familiar probably haunts the place. It's a perfect witch window. It fits the vibe perfectly, right? There's a Pokemon in chat. So what I want to do today is make sure I get the furniture done. So we have upstairs, we have a bathroom, 2 bedrooms, okay? It's going to be small. It's going to be kind of compact because European homes, they were never built for space. These rooms are already pretty large, but they were never designed in a way that you wouldn't have space to get around. Perfect place for a book of shadows upstairs. I could literally do a salt circle with candles with like an open book in the middle of it. I could. Candles, open book, skulls. There are skulls in this too. Skulls on the candle, How am I? I'm doing well, Seiji. How are you? You're coping hard today. Well, it is Friday, so that's a win, right? Can and should. You know what? Sold. I've got it. We'll do it. Let me place down this bed. I don't want it to be as dark as everything else because obviously the furniture wouldn't have been the exact same as everything else, right? Because we're using this warm yellow, but if it's too dark, you won't be able to see the furniture, right? So maybe what I could do is maybe this be the main bedroom, right? And over here, what I can do is I can throw a single bed up against the wall or something, right? Like it's been pushed out the way. In the middle of the room, we'll have like a salt circle with candles. We can have a skull, like an animal skull. We can have an open book. I could even make some of the candles float. David, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate you. Guys, we're manifesting a thing. Kind of like how the witch did before she, wait, maybe she didn't leave. Maybe she sent herself to the Shadow Realm, as Kenny said. Maybe she was in her salt circle, in her protection. Someone was coming to get her, and she up and vanished. Okay, wait, let's work on that first, because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. David, how are you doing? How was your day? Okay, so if I was to, say we had a bed like this, right? I had a bed like that, like if the playlist has changed again. Okay, so what I could do is, if I If I flip it like this, right? Turn off the grid snapping, right? And then we push it as far as possible into the. I don't know if I want to block the window. Maybe I'll do it on the other side. I still want the window to be on show, right? Goofy ass people. We do like some goofy moments though, right? Sage, I'm glad you're doing okay. Also, thank you for the 7 stream streak. You haven't heard this in years, Stitchy. There was an edit of this song that I loved, and it was the Final Fantasy X remix of it, I believe, where it was Yuna and Titus running. There was an edit of this song, and it was with Final Fantasy, and that was the first time I heard the song, and I loved it. I was obsessed, so that's the first time I heard it, and I was like, let's add it to the playlist now. Okay, I gotta make sure this works because they can't be clipping through the wall, but... If anything, hold on here. Of course, Scan Team. Mostly listening so I don't see your build, but I'm doing your steps. Oh, right, you're walking on your lunch break, aren't you? Yeah. Today, not bad. How was your day, David? Compared to last Friday when I was dying of whatever migraine I had, I'm feeling so much better today. Much better. I'm in a good mood. I'm excited to get this build done. Maybe this should just be completely... It's not going to look right because it's kind of clipping, right? So maybe it should just be upright. Like this, right? And then we just push it. Like that, right? It's been thrown against the wall. Might be a little bit easier. When did you last play Final Fantasy X? I don't know. Actually, I have no clue. It can't have been that long ago. Maybe like a year ago. I probably last played. Song is old when I was in like high school. I have no clue when this came out. I just remember the remix of it. So I like it. A witch needs to sleep. Yes, that's why she still has this bed though. This is her bed. This was the guest room, which she used to cover up her salt circle, which was here, right? It's Friday. I really want to go get food. Taking a lot of willpower for me to say no and just walk in the parking garage. Well, Gandhi, what do they say? What's the awful phrase? Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. Gandhi, how's that? How's that for your toxic motivation? Final Fantasy X-2 turned 23 years old today. Again, it's perfect. It's a sign. It's a sign. Give me the strength to make it through the rest of the day. Seiji, do you need a cheese grater? So there's a circle there, right? I need it to be bigger than that. It needs to be huge. It's not going to be a salt circle if it's not a big circle, right? That's not a salt circle. And baby, do you feel good? I knew Hangry would chime in with that one. We could listen to some Cascade. Oh, salt circle. There we go. It does work. Okay, let's link those. I mean, it kind of doesn't work as it gets bigger because it's weirdly whatever. It almost looks like an explosion happened from the middle point, exploded outwards. Well, I've been brought back to being 18 and going out in town. You know what, Stitchy? It's a vibe, right? And we love it. Warframe turned 13 today, and it still looks amazing for its age, too, right? You're welcome. You're so welcome. You need a shot of rum. Seiji, could you sneak a shot of rum? Would anyone know? Okay, we're going to get some candles. I want some melted candles like this, right? And we're going to put candles in. Would have been easier if I put this. Maybe what I should do is remove that, put this down, because then I can figure out at least a clock situation from this, right? I want to line it up perfectly. 5 circles and candles, as in 5 small circles rather than one big salt circle. Made Gigi the cutest little cave, and he's still feeling average. What does he want specifically? Like, what are his likes? Because, you know, if they say they like spicy food, you can just put the food down on a plate for him, right? Being 14 and drinking Strongbow from Bolt with friends. That was... Literally, I did not like beers and stuff, but if my friends had it and I didn't have to get it myself, I was drinking it. Because if I do it like that, why? Why? Okay, like that, right? There we go. Okay, because then I can do a kind of clock formation, right? Just needs to be dark, could not be darker. I wonder if there's any lights that you can get which technically count as like a negative light and it makes it darker. White RP in position. We need to get a costume for this. White lighting, this stuff was basically a paint stripper. And it was always like the cheapest one too, which tasted absolutely hideous. You'd mix it with something disgusting. 4 circles, candles at the points makes more sense. So 1 big circle and 4 candles. I was thinking if I do 1 here and then 1 at like 3 and 9, right? Maybe. Never liked beer because it would get warm and gross. It does not taste good. I can't hear you, Yin. I I never liked beer just because I didn't like beer. Right, that was it. That was literally it. That was it. There's no other reason. I didn't like beer. I didn't like the taste of it. I'm also not a huge fan of shots because I like to savor my drinks. I like fun tasting drinks, right? But shots are kind of like you're just drunk. You know, that's it, right? Perfect. I think that's cute, right? I could put another smaller circle in the middle too, right? Just for dramatic flair. Because I want to put a smaller circle, I want to have a skull, and I want to have a book. So, or I could put a small rug in or something. Right? Just because you're a witch doesn't mean it has to. You don't have to sit on the hard floor just because you're a witch. You can still have some support for your knees. Drunk is the fun part. Well, yes, obviously, but if you're just taking shots, you're also not enjoying them. But if you can drink a drink that tastes nice, right? IPAs are so nasty. I'm always more of like a fruity kind of person. I'm a fruity person, okay? I like citrus drinks. I enjoy them, okay? Can I do 2 semicircles? I like how that's the circle that I have to work with. Soju, best of both worlds. I tried that warm and I couldn't do it. Drink. You could do drinks like rum and coke or Jack and Coke and other stuff. A small little glass, but not a beer because they don't taste good. Beers don't taste good, and like I said, they get warm, right? At least other drinks you can put ice in; it doesn't ruin it. Going out is always a beer and a shot of Jack Daniels on the side to sip. The Jack Daniels was the sip, or you took a shot and then had the beer to sip. Love a Moscow Mule. I've never had one, but I've heard they're good. Circle in a circle amplifies the spell. That's what I was thinking. Not that I know anything about magic or anything, right? A dumb little copper cup. Not the copper cup. But did you like it? Would you drink it again? Always sip your shots slowly. Interesting. I don't hate that, right? Because then if I get a book, if we want a thick book, right? We need a grimoire style book. It can't be small. I need it to be open though. I don't know how many of these I can open. I can open the notebooks, right? Yeah. The cat one. the, the cat one. That's the spell. Brilliant. I can't open most of these books, right? I could in theory do 2 books, one there, and put like a piece of paper over it so it looks like it's open. Maybe. The drinks we had went to TwitchCon, you could do those. You mean your adios? How did the mule get in the cup? We don't ask these questions. They just somehow arrived in the cup. Yeah, I like things like a cranberry and a vodka or something. Just something that feels like I'm drinking something healthy. He works in bars, becomes a game to see if people will get banged up thinking you're slamming shots. Oh, because you just have one, you sip it, and people think you've had 5 and you've only had one. Makes sense. Okay, I might be able to make this work if I put 2 here, right? Resize. No, wait. Move, snapping on. Flip this over. Move that to the middle and then this one here. And then if I put if I put a piece of paper over it or something, it just looks like it's open, right? Maybe. I could probably use, do we have just paper that I could sheet? Card. Aha. If I don't put anything on the, it's not even the right size. Oh, I was hoping I could just cover it. You get a nasty wine headache. That might be from the sulfites, right? Cranberry is good for UTIs. It does flush out your system, yes. No, I said dinner. Wait, dinner. What did you say, dinner? Oh, went out to dinner. What did I say? The bars? I probably said bars too. But yes, I know what you mean, yeah. The picky red wine lesbians and they spoiled you with fancy red wines? I've had wine. I'm not the biggest fan, but I have had wine. There are some that I can deal with. You like port usually around Christmas times. I see. Gin and tonic man yourself, though more martini. So what I'm hearing is everyone has their favorites. I see. There's many that I haven't tried, though. I'm not really much of a drinker. Okay, I could do a board like this. So what I could do is I can make it the right size. I can just make it the right size and then make it white or something and then just push it through, right? If I do like a multi-wood... do like a painted wood, right? I've got some marshmallow now. I could do like that, right? Because it looks like a page on an open book, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Feels weird not doing a house on a Friday for me and then raiding you. Gendy, you're doing a house later today, right, though? Tried most alcohol, but never whiskey. How come? Never had the chance to try whiskey or just never really appealed to you? Weird pepper drops on a charcuterie. Witchcraft shit. No, you don't stream until Sunday. Okay, I was curious because I remember seeing your schedule and I couldn't remember when you were scheduling it in. Won't take place and effect until after the training. So what I hear is you just hate us. So hi Z Tato, hi, welcome in. How are you doing? I think that works. That looks like an open book to me. Hi Z. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Genny, how is the work and stuff going? Okay, skull. There are skulls now in the game, right? I think we could do like a human skull, right? And then I could do another candle like inside the skull. Just because drama. Just because... no, I think that looks weird. I need a small candle sitting on top of it. You never took the chance. I mean, it really depends if it's your palate, like what you enjoy, right? Much rather be streaming than working, but unless you guys want to pay your bills for you to do, then sadly you have to work. You know, totally understandable, Ganji. Totally understandable. Bills gotta get paid somehow, right? If I do one of those, can I get them melted? I can get melted. Okay, good. That's what I was hoping. Ooh, maybe I'd rather use the thick ones rather than those. I didn't realize there were melted versions of these too. I want them to be melted like they have been burning for a while. That's actually much better to me. I like that a little bit more. How many styles do we have of this candle? So we've got long ones, medium ones, and really short ones. So I could do a variety, right? I could. Okay, let's have a look. So if I was to put that one there, and then we did Evanescence. You know what? Fine. Then we did like a small one here. I'm putting these there so I can move the ones behind them, move the back so I don't lose them. Let's do the ritual girlies. Z, we're summoning something. I don't know what yet, but something. Maybe I'll put the big one here. And then another small one here, something. And then I can get rid of the tall ones, which are all the same height, because I think being the same height makes it look too uniform and not spooky enough for me. Oh, that's going to drive me nuts. Ah! I like it. Let loose your witchy aesthetic. Exactly, right? Exactly. Do I have a quill or something? No, me. What about an ink? No. I want to use a pen or a piece of paper. I thought it'd be kind of cute to have like a little quill, like we were writing down stuff in our spellbook. We're saying of a witchy altar is perfect. We're just manifesting something. Need something like earth, wind, and earth, air, wind, and fire. Imagine if I just put a ceiling fan for air. Are there feathers? Should we have a look? Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, there are not. Ooh, putting like a piece of jewelry could be really fun. Like as if we've taken something personal for someone and now we're hexing them. Right? And their personal thing is like a family heirloom or something, right? And we're cursing their whole bloodline and we're going to make them all suffer with migraines or something, because that'd be really cruel, wouldn't it? Like we're not as simple as just like dying. It's like, no, you're going to have migraines all the time. Someone did that to my family, clearly. Clearly. Are they in decorations? Standing decor? They are. I could put like a brooch or something. A ring. If I do like a ring, it's on its own. Like, and I could just put it like just there, right? Like, oh, there's the skull of your grandmother next to her ring. Now we're hexing your whole family, the whole bloodline, right? This is the kind of red flag that Gandhi would see and be like, that's a keeper. You know, that's what's wrong with Gandhi, right? He would walk in and see someone doing this, like hexing his whole bloodline, and he'd be like, are you single? Are you interested? Okay, I do need to move these back. So I want them on the line. There we go. On the line. There we go. Perfect. There's our open book. I would like to put something. A feather would be amazing, like a feather over it, or like a quill, like a pen. But I don't think we have such a thing. What about a lantern roses? Oh, they're too big. Oh, but still kind of charming, right? Is there anything a little bit smaller, like just a small flower that we could put here? Put it on the book like that. Show like a blood red. Very herb witch. Mm-hmm. Is there a bird statue? There are. They did add in some really interesting things like cats and this is all the Scooby Doo stuff, right? They have these as well. Oh, before I forget, I forgot to post that I was live on the thing. But yes, if I could find a pen or a quill, something like that would be really nice. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I completely forgot to post the thing. Okay, done. Perfect. I had to let them know them stream. You're trying to do the elements for each direction. Not necessarily. I just wanted it to be witchy hex vibe, you know. Because the witch that lived here is missing. I might actually have some floating candles or something, just because I can too. Oop. Yeah, oop you, hangry. Should we put in some fling? No, you're forgetting. Right. Is it because I jumped into the game and I swapped the category over? That's normally when I would type it and I completely forgot. Who are you? Where's Rick? I know, I'm so distracted. Look at me go. Maybe what I'll do is the corner ones. I'll put these like slightly off the ground. Oop, you poop. Sounds like hangry. Like this. Synthetic magic is a thing. If you can't find leather, find a bird. That's true, right? Oh, wait, feather. Yes, not leather. I read. Oh, I said leather. Find a bird. That's true. And then just. I don't know if I've got a real bird. I don't think I've got anything close to a bird. I mean, we've got angels and things, but. Oh, you got a bird like this. But I specifically wanted a feather so it looked like a quill, like we're writing in the book too. And a pinch, a kitchen knife is a perfect air representation because it cuts through air. Offset verticals are a good sense of organic lines. I, as much as I like regimented stuff and symmetry, when it comes to stuff like this, I wouldn't want them all to be the same height, right? It looks better because it captures the moment as if they're in motion, right? Because they wouldn't be sitting like that. They would be fluctuating up and down, right? They would be moving. They can't move in this, but not a backseat on main, just my opinion. No, I appreciate that. We see overgrown Pocopia guards, you're gonna puke and die. Look, you're gonna have to show me. I need some inspiration anyway, right? I like this. I think this works. Or Emerson Tandem. It's cute. Do you like it? I think this is cute. I think this is perfect witchy vibe. There's also a quest in chat if anyone wants it. I need some more furniture in here that's knocked over, been destroyed. Maybe the furniture was upright before the witch started casting, and then because of the sheer force of what she was casting, the stuff in the house started moving around, getting knocked over, right? Because the bed is pushed away from the center of the room. So maybe we could have like a wardrobe that's knocked back, a chair that's flipped over or something, right? Just a lot of things that have been disrupted by the ley lines or whatever the phrase is, right? Okay, let's find a good wardrobe. This song playing right now, this is the kind of song that a witch would listen to. So like if I did that, why can't I place that? Oh, the ceiling, right? The ley lines, the story that you're making, I feel like everything that you build has to have a story, right? Because otherwise you're just placing stuff. Like every time I do a build, I'm always like, imagine like who lives here? Why would they have this furniture here? Why am I placing it? Is because this person would have it, not because I want to give it to them, but this is what they want. When we did that rich house for those snobs that lived in one of the Gandhi challenges that we had done, it was literally that. We're like, oh, this person, they've clearly got too much money, so they have a weird taste, right? So that was why I put everything that I put in was for that reason, you know. Hi, Mr. Dragon. Hi, welcome in. How are you doing? What gray was I using? That one right there. Okay, handles should be, I think the little hook kind of things, like just little hoops. They look a little bit, oh, you can't see it because my head's in the way. They look a little bit more traditional, something you would have seen back then. These are all like kind of fancy options. I don't think you would have seen that on like a 300-year-old wardrobe. You probably saw a little hook like that, like a little ring, you know. Always a banger, 100%. No, you said it song makes me think of the OG charm. See, we're all manifesting it. I don't know if that should be standing up. I feel like that's taking up a lot of space in that corner, but in fairness, you're not going to be over in that corner. Very 90s stripped down grunge. Yes, and these were these here. This is the kind of the hooks or the handles or whatever that I was hoping for. That's like the only style I could imagine that they would have had back in this kind of era, right? They wouldn't have had fancy door handles or little hook thing, you know? I don't know. Oh, should we have a look at the scare? We have a crystal ball. I didn't even think of looking at this stuff. We have crystal balls. We have a cauldron downstairs. We've got suits of armor, cages, chains, stocks. I've seen that, but attached to a bed. I don't know if that's a thing in the game. It's giving Silent Hill F, as it should, because wait, wasn't that the one in Japan? We could do a crystal ball too, but that's not as witchy. That's more fortune telling, and I don't know if that's the same vibe that we want. Not really. We could do a little dagger. Ooh, a dagger with like a bit of blood on it. Ooh, hooey. Yes. Like, is it Japan? Yes. Replies in French. It is, exactly. I could do a little dagger, and then I could stain it and put some blood on it. Right? I think that'd be really cool. Make that white and then that white like that, right? Oh, that needs to be faded though. That's a bit bright. Can I get like a black eye? No. Rusty metal. I could do like a rusty metal. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. Like that. It's got blood in it because it was like a, you know, blood offering. More like Silent Hill Fuck You Dragon, I guess. Right. I actually enjoyed that one once I finally played through it and got past the fact that she was a useless teenager. That's why she struggled so much, you know? Do you play light as a feather, stiff as a board? It doesn't ring a bell. Doesn't ring a bell. What was that? So I could put some blood on the knife. If I make this, whoops. If I make this smaller, if I aim at the knife, I can put it just on the knife, and then I could put like drip on the floor too, right? Maybe not that much blood, right? Like that, right? But I kind of want it on the blades too at the top. Can I do that without putting on? Yes, there we go. Because you know when they have the tiny little knives and they just kind of like cut across their palm, right? And there's only a little bit of blood. Maybe I could put some blood on the book as well, like a little splatter of blood. I'm making it so morbid. We're talking about serial killers now. We're talking about blood, or maybe she used the blood to write with. Maybe that was the ink. She didn't have any. Something on a piece of paper looks too clean for been there for years. That's what I'm thinking. I could dirty up. Maybe I could dirty up right now. If I grab a more square stain. Oh, there is blood droplets. Oh. There we go. What I can do is if I find one that's more square. Ah, there we go. I can make it a little bit bigger and more like a dirt because it's going to be here for a long time, right? So it's going to be okay, maybe not that dirty. I guess if I go over to the white. The blood robe was cool. I could put some little something that implies it's blood, right? If I put that, does it put on the floor? No good. Okay. I should probably also add the dirt texture to the whole book, right? Right, the whole book is just sitting here rotting. I don't like the top one. I think the top one's too dark. I think it needs to be a little lighter, you know. Can describe the entire game as a pain in the ass to get through. You didn't have fun at all. You love the shattered memories, and apparently that's one of the worst ones. I know when I played through Silent Hill F, I had issues with it, right? I didn't enjoy all of it. I liked the story, and that was kind of it. It was the gameplay that I had issues with, right? Why is that coming out so dark? Oh, that's a little bit okay. A tad better. I didn't want it to be, because for some reason the top was very dark compared to the rest. Making your own runes, the bloody knife is very much that. See? And then in this case, we're using the blood to write in the book. This is engulfing the book. It's the whole place is decrepit and falling apart. So of course the book would be a little damaged too, right? You didn't understand it one bit. It flew past you. Watched every cutscene, but was still lost. I guess there was many plot lines all kind of converging in one, which is why it was a little confusing, right? The Mega Battles in ZA, you love the game. Otherwise, Dark Souls style Mega Battles are a boring slog. I think sometimes they try and genre bend games to try and appeal to different people. There is text that I could use, right? Almost like signatures. It's graffiti, but I could probably make them look like signatures if they're small enough and in red. Right? If I make them smaller, like that, see? And then make that into a red. I think this is Mr. Kang on it. The last one's the only one that really looks like a signature. This one. If I flip it and rotate it a little. No, I don't know if I can get under the thing now, but okay. To me, that looks a little bit more like writing. Obsessed with the writing being a GTA style gang tag. Look, she was a hood witch, okay? she runs with the wrong crowd, but you know, we don't judge her. She still gets the job done. Trying to summon a witch, and here I am, Bardley. We're building a witch's cottage, and we somehow came to the conclusion that doing a salt circle and candles and stuff would be a good idea too. So. Hi, Bardley. Hi, welcome. Happy Friday the 13th. How are you doing, Bardley? How was your day? We're listening to a very mixed playlist right now, but I hope you're doing well. We're having a great time. Ignore the gang signs. That is just her signature, okay? Or wait, is there any other text I can use? Even if it was letters, I could make it work with like a selection of letters, couldn't I? It's really hard to see this because it doesn't, even if I change the color, it doesn't change what's on here. These are the only ones that are writing, like tags, like actual graffiti tags. A handprint, seal the deal, write in it and put a handprint down to seal it. Or a bloody handprint on the skull. You need a knife. We do have a knife. We have a little knife here. This is how we were extracting the blood because we don't have any ink. So it's heavily symbolic and abstract. Yeah, Silent Hill F was definitely that because it's all about marriage and getting sold off and not spoiling it for anyone, but it was a lot of that. Yeah, there's a knife here. Yeah, there's been relaxing. Actually, I haven't touched Procopio today though. Bartley, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? I literally play it on the treadmill. I can't stop playing it. Am I making this bigger? Can I? Oh, it's not gonna let me.
Everyone hydrate. Thanks, Stitchy 1991.
Oh no, it's not a flat enough surface for me to place it. I'll hydrate in a second. Oh, maybe I'll just put it next to the book then. Or maybe like just there. Just there. Sealed the deal or something. I don't know. You need a cow's tongue? I might not have one of those. I may not have one. Stitch, think with a hydrate. Everyone please hydrate yourselves. Try to science a liar. Well, in this case, I was thinking maybe we were hexing the whole bloodline of a family that's wronged the witch. So, whoops. So we dug up the skull of the grandmother of the family, and we now have her heirloom, so something that relates to her. And then we have the blood sacrifice. We have flowers. I don't know what the flowers have to do with anything, but you know, herbalism is also a valid form of magic. And then there's her spell book that she's bleeded all over. Bleeded all over, and she successfully cast the magic. All the furniture's launched out of the room. Yeah. So lovely. Isn't it so beautiful, Hangry? Need hair or flesh from the victim. Do I have a wig somewhere? Does it count if it is a skull? Cast spell of summon chicken nuggets. Z does that and just the whole room just fills with chicken nuggets. Yeah, I don't know if I have hair. This is what you do on the daily, Butters. Like, I did this 5 minutes ago. A spell, true and entire. And was successful enough that the furniture moved. A hairbrush might work. Oh, because it would have the hair in it, wouldn't it? Should we have a look? We do have a hairbrush. A very modern hairbrush, but I might be able to damage it enough to make it look... Yeah, see, look, already. And then change this material to a damaged material, and then the bristles should be damaged too. They should be like a weird wood that's damaged. There we go. An airbrush. It's not damaged enough. Ah, there we go. I think putting a hairbrush next to a skull is like giving shampoo to a bald person, but whatever. It's fine. It still matches the vibe. Wooden that is perfect. We damaged it because it wouldn't be plastic because we wanted it to be wood because that's what they would have had. A BDSM paddle. It doubles. You can use it if you want. Just wash it after. Just send it back. You've been awoken. Gandhi, no food. You're a hearth witch and are employed by people to place hexes on people. Barley, could you put a nice one on me? Please, thank you. Leave the nature magic. Leave the nature magic to the pagans. Yes. And you have a spell of summon sweet and sour sauce. Then you guys could work together. Means you could burn afterwards and nobody knows it was you. That is smart. That is smart, right? Because you don't have to bury it and try and hide it. You can just burn it, dispose of the evidence, right? Bone beats hair. Bone beats hair. Exactly. Though I feel like she didn't have a chance to burn this because whatever happened, whatever went wrong with the spell, she's no longer here. So maybe she misread something and she was sucked away. I don't know. We need some more damage in here. I think a really ominous looking grandfather clock would be amazing. Like, why is there a clock still in here? Why is the clock still standing when the whole room is not, right? That's far too like Victorian vampire thing. That seems too fancy, and this seems too basic, but maybe I can, yeah. Very attic, yes. It's basil. I like basil. It's called a blessing. I can give you one right now. Take a tablespoon of basil and you take a bath and cleanse all negative placed on you. Oh, okay, maybe I'll do that. Some soot to the wall behind it. Like as if she exploded and blew up behind her. I could do that, right? Vampires. Yeah, I feel like this stuff is very vampirish, right? It's very gothic, you know. How do you do with the shower? I'm sure you could make do, right? Do not touch the basil afterwards. Use the shower to rinse it down the drain. I'm learning all these things. I'm gonna have to do this. We have a bathtub here that I've never used. Is that funny? I don't like baths now. I used to have baths all the time. Now I hate them. I just have showers all the time. Okay, that's damaged. Good. And then I could make this here into like the rusty iron. I don't like the pendulums inside. Those are very modern looking. Maybe I could put something else inside of them. Would there be a clock in here? I feel like it's ominous if I put a clock in here. It's very large though, isn't it? But maybe she has terrible timekeeping. Better trading, of course, Ganty. Baths aren't disabled friendly. Not unless you have the fancy ones that either have the seat to get into or the ones that they open up the side so that you can step into it and sit down on those chairs or the benches they put in. I've seen some really nice ones. Baths gross you out. Hang on, it's because you fart in them. A grandfather clock, always welcome. I think it works with the mysterious value. Yeah, close enough. I don't like the pendulum thing. Maybe I'm gonna put a block inside and cover that up. I think seeing the pendulum is a little too modern for me. Let me get a cube. And bring that up to there. I don't want to see inside of it. So let's tat that up a little. If I grab this vertical one and I can just push that inside. I don't like seeing the metal. There we go. It's just solid on the inside. There's no pendulum swinging or anything. I don't know. It looked, the two metal cylinders were very modern. Want to make a Gandhi billionaire spell? That would be great. Where exists too. None of you get it. Extra cleansing, add a tablespoon of Himalayan pink salt as well. We used to have a bag of that, but when it snowed, Mocha used it to defrost the driveway. It wasn't very effective, but it did smell very nice. Okay. Less important yourself? Wow. When you try, you should feel lighter within 24 hours if you've been cursed or afflicted by negative energy. Oh, as in you would feel lighter because the energy's gone, right? Not because you've been afflicted by it. Gotcha. That makes sense. I was like, imagine if you somehow got lighter after gaining negative energy. Chair. I want a chair. I want a little wooden chair. A stool? A chair? This is still a room, right? Bear in mind, this was a bedroom, so there's still going to be bedroom furniture in it. She just doubled it as a hexing room, right? She used this space for her own personal benefit. What would be an old style chair? I guess I could just throw down a little stool, right? We gotta. That's too bright. Maybe. If I had a cat, I would put the cat there, and that would be the familiar that was left behind. Little black cat. Maybe I could find one. There were cat statues. Maybe I could make it like a full black cat, like the familiar that's still lingering in the room. Use oregano oils in your oregano oils in your air. Sorry, air. It's an H. It's a Pokemon chat. Oregano is known to attract positive energies and stability. We like stability. That's good. I pressed Pokecatch twice. Water for evil to enter your house. Take a mixture of water and salt, mix it together, let it sit in sunlight or moonlight for 1 hour. Pour it the mixture in front of your house and your back door. Do you draw it like at a salt line like they do in the movies? Okay, cat. Meow. No. There are cats, but they're not called cats, I guess, right? I don't have a cat. What if I just put Mary out here? What if Louisa? What if I just put the Virgin Mary as the familiar? A line yes from corner to corner does create a barrier, I see. And nobody will be able to come in. Oh, I need the spooky. No, wait. No, I need all of them. Because they were the. Oh, I'm in the wrong set. That's why. I was in the wrong section, guys. So I could put the cat here. Can I make it just fully a black cat, right? No, because I can't remove. It's a very Egyptian cat. A very Egyptian cat, and I can't change that. That's hilarious. I'm glad that you're laughing at us. Side effect neighbors will tend to stay away as well as you're doing something weird and satanic. You know what? That's okay too. We don't have any relation with neighbors anyway. So it wouldn't make any difference. That didn't work as planned. What about a bird? What if the familiar was a bird or a fish? The familiar doesn't have to be a cat. The familiar could have been any animal whatsoever. You know, any. Hi, Red. Hi, welcome in. Thank you for your data, Rickle. How are you doing? Keep the Egyptian cat because it will be an effigy, something that will ground the witch. I just didn't like the gold because it wasn't damaged. You know, I need something that is that could be witchy. That could be witchy. If I make that out of wood, like it's almost carved. You want old dusty shit? I do. If I do this, what I could do, I could damage this, and it could be almost like it's a carved cat, right? Almost like a creepy doll that she had. And notice how it's still standing up because when the magic launched all the furniture, it didn't affect the effigy. Sometimes I believe taking some cinnamon on the palm and blowing it outside, standing in the doorway, you're blowing your negative energy out. Well, Ludo, if you do that whilst the Avon representative is standing in the doorway and you blow the cinnamon in their face, they probably would leave, right? And then the negative energy would leave. I think it's a good idea. You should do it. I mean, it could be any animal, even elephants or isopods. I don't know if I have many animals to choose from, but I think a sculpted cat effigy could work. Put a bay leaf over the core of an apple, place it around your home at 4 points to protect you from all harm. That's the spell. Interesting. Core of an apple. I should start eating apples then. Add some rosemary and thyme to also attract positive energies. If you put your news on Grindr, the guys will come. Hong's like, I don't know much about witchcraft, but I know how to summon a man. You know what, Hong? You know your stuff, and we can't argue with that, right? Oh, there's a letter here I could have used, but it's got a coffee stain on it. It's got a coffee stain. Damn it. I could have used that. Never mind. Okay, I also think a photo here. We've actually got which photo? There is one. A framed photo that's maybe still on the wall could be cool. Frame. Let's have a look. I like how typing frame, it shows me door frames and not photo frames. Frame. You're still doing it. Brilliant. Thank you. So I could do something like this, right? Put it on the wall here. And then I could put the little witch. There is literally a witch photo, right? Not that being the perfect photo, but it being stretched like that, and I can't change the size of it. That would have been absolutely perfect. Granny Smith is an investor. So we should begin as a Granny Smiths. You need to do all of the above positive spells. Stitch, you may have to just start trying them all out. Even if you're female, it may still work. Yeah, it might. You don't mean frame, you mean door. Right, I would type in door if I was looking for a door, right? If I, look, it says custom picture frame. If I'm typing in frame, I do mean picture frame, right? This would have been the perfect frame to use, but I can't adjust what I put inside of it. I guess I could use one like this. These are very elegant and over the top. And in this case, the photo may have been handed down from witch to witch, so it might make sense that it would be a little bit more luxury compared to the rest of the house because it's from your coven, right? There might be some more elegance behind it. Very witchy. That could also be witchy because there's a little bit more dated. There's black cats. There's actual witches, which to me just looks more Studio Ghibli, but you know. An offensive sage people that you don't like will not like the smell of sage either, so the trash takes itself out. If you throw it hard enough too, right? At them. Legit proven cleansing room of sage works. They found it reduces the airborne bacteria by 60% when used in a small space. Boom! Witchcraft is science. There you go. We could still use the witchy one. I could I could that's modern, traditional. I could put it up, I could damage it, and then I could throw some dirt on it too, right? Damaged wood. We always do the damaged woods because it comes out perfectly. Like that, right? Oh, it's not even lined up. I left that for me. I feel like I kind of want it like blood. There could be blood, right? We're hoarding everything. You can't control the people that come into your life, but you can control the window you throw them out of. That's what I'm thinking, right? There is cobwebs too. We can put cobwebs everywhere as well. I'm going to put it on the ground because it's fallen off the wall. So I might put a little dot there. It could be like what's the word? Not a metaphor, but it could be symbolic to the fact that the witch is gone. It's fallen off the wall, right? She's left the house. Now the photo's fallen off the wall. Forgotten relics in the attic. That too, right? Like it was mounted as soon as she's gone, whether she died, she moved on, she's left. The photo falls to the floor to let others know that she's no longer here, right? It's on the ground. Right? It's the symbolism. If I use this one and I make that into a black, and I put that, say, that if I rotate that, I could make that rounder, couldn't I? There you go. So that's where it was mounted on the wall, but it's since fallen down, right? I could put some blood in it, or we could go with throwing like certain dust over it, making it look a little bit more tatty and dirty, right? Maybe both. I mean, there could still be blood on it. I mean, she wasn't murdered though. She might have had blood on her, right? Oh, there's a question chat if you want it. If anyone wants it, feel free to. Blow your dust over me and make me tatty and dirty. Brackets, ooh woo. Was that a thing? That could be a spell of some kind. You hate this song? Ludo, I heard this one the other day, well, probably last Friday, and I mentioned that I've been rewatching Pretty Little Lies, and this song played all the time on that show, and I have no idea why. No clue. Oh, also, this would be perfect too, because it is a photo. There's a photo in the way of my photo frame. There you go, because that's where it was before it fell down. There we go. 303 it is. I remember there was the Katy Perry song that they did, and I don't actually hate that one. I know we should be canceling Katy Perry. She went to space that one time. How dare she? Okay, dust. Let's find some dust. Dust. Hangry knows what I'm saying. So if I do this, right? If I try and place it. No, I didn't even place it. I just moved this back. A shameless shithead pop. It's the kind of pop that made you get up and jiggle a little, you know. Obnoxious within chat. I really need things to feel proper. Would you like to make us feel proper? Ew. It's a gas station food of music. Yes. You're benching, also known as benching. What are you benching? How much are you benching? Big guy was two, one out of the two was right in front of you, accidentally touched the you saw they you cupped to feel? You will. Is this your song since you mentioned not being afraid of beef because of veganism? It must be. I ran away. Or is that this song? It could be both. He's trying his best. He is. We don't have work when he tries. You've got offended when he shared my tea recipe. Look, you told me that you microwave it or microwave it. That's not allowed. I didn't even drink tea and I was offended. Okay, so it seems that oh, I have to aim above. If I want to place that, I have to aim higher. But I can't. Okay, what if I change the depth? There we go. There we go. Okay, we put some dirt on it. That's a little too much. So maybe we'll do. There we go. We've thrown some dirt on it. Microwave hot drinks is a huge sin. It is. Off to hell with you. Microwaving drinks? No. Hi, Ghost Kitty. Hi, welcome in. How are you doing? It was meant to be rage bait and it what? No, I was raging. I was rage baited. I really was. Okay, I like this. I think this is really good. I like this a lot. I like this. There should be some privacy, shouldn't there? Right? If you're up here casting hexy magic and the peasants from the local village look up in your window and they see you like floating with candles around you, they might suspect something, right? I think maybe I should put some like sheets up over this, not curtains, but sheets, you know. Everyone knows you use a kettle. You do. What do I steep? Steeping is good too. I've watched someone pull a bouillon cube into a kettle to make gravy. Like what? I mean, I guess that would make sense, but you wouldn't put it in the kettle. You'd boil the kettle. You'd put your gravy in a mug, pour the kettle in, right? Cancel estate curtains, just bed sheet. Look, okay, don't judge me. There is a bed sheet on this window right here because it's fitted and it's the only way to get it round the blind that already exists. If I close the blind, it doesn't stop the light coming in. But if I put up a black sheet, it does. Okay, judge me. You can't see it. If I should add the tea bag, then the milk, then the cold water and microwave. Bardley, the concept of putting the tea bag in and microwaving it, then reuse it for the next 5 brew. Right. It's bad enough microwaving the water and then putting tea bag in, but imagine putting the tea bag in the cold water with the milk and the sugar, then putting in the microwave and it just spinning around the little, you see the little tag on the tea bag. You've just offended so many people with that. Imagine. You know, I don't have bed sheets, but I could put photo frames, like dusty frames that are just laying there with nothing on them. Maybe I could flip them around so it's the back of them, right? That could work, right? If I make it a little bigger. And then I want to if I put like a black and white photo or something, because you'll see it from the outside, so I want it to not be overly. Yeah. I don't know if there's a way of me. You wouldn't really see the view from outside. I just want to make sure that you can't see anything really. But then the cup also gets hot, and then when you take a sip, not only do you burn yourself on the microwaved water, but the cup itself would be. Nah. How would you pick it up carefully? Could you planks of wood too? Ooh, I could. Though, if the planks of wood would imply that she was living here when the house was falling apart. Right? It's only fallen apart after she left. The music is so funny. Do you like Skrillex? I grew up with a lot of Skrillex. I guess I could do like still old photos like this, right? Because what I want to do is if I move it and I flip it round like this, we could do just a few angled frames up against it, blocking it. So from outside, there's still a window. Okay, that's not creepy at all, is it? That's not creepy at all. There's just like a woman staring. That's not creepy at all. You'd go up there and you realize there's no one up there, but there is a like a little hex circle, and it's just a it's a painting, right? But that's still kind of creepy, right? Just see a face glowing. Hi Matt, hi, welcome in. Smutted a hookah in college and hookah bars played Skrillex constantly. It was very much a cult thing, right? Quick hi from work, can't hear because the sound's down on your phone. Hi Agamon, hi, welcome in. I'm waving so that you can see me hearing you. Wait, whatever. So I what put the tea bag in the cup, boil in water, and then add the milk sugar, then drink. We can't fix Bardley. Also, Streak, and thank you for the 7 stream streak. I appreciate you. Spoken to hooker and taking philosophy with college friends. Look, we're throwing you back. How's that? It's a painting, it is, but it's still kind of creepy, right? A little creepy. I like it though. I actually quite like that. Okay. I need to block all the windows because like I said, we can't have I got that flipped it back round. We can't have the neighbors looking in, right? I need something that's muted. I don't want to be able to see it from outside. I think that's too bright. Although in fairness, what I could do is do it like this, right? And then have 2 of them. Like that. Like that. I think that works. It's a cultural experience. We do like a good cultural experience though, right? You live in Ireland is your favorite way of making people react. In all reality, the way that I make tea is to kettle to boil water, then prepare your favorite mug, add some sweetener, then a tea bag, then add the boiling water and let it steep for 5 minutes. And that's what you're supposed to do, right? Wait. Yes, it is. Yes. I was looking, I was like, when did you add the milk? Normally you'd add the milk after when you're steeping it, but if you don't put milk in, then that's fine. Yes, that is correct. I was like, wait, let me check before I confirm. Okay, can I put that? No, I just want it on this frame here. Just on this frame. Oh, I like how I put on the frame in front. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. If I put that, it's going to double it up. Okay. Fine. I need to change the depth then. No, I don't want it on the one in front of it. Okay. Let me move that away real quick. I need it to be dark. That's the point. There we go. Can I change the back of that? No, I can't. I have to eat that up too. You drink tea without milk. That's valid. Rage being the Brits your favorite pastime, especially with their sacred tea. You would probably start a few cultural wars with that, yes. Which, you know what? It's totally valid. It's totally understandable. I don't blame you. Okay, there we go. So we had these photos up on the wall. It stops any nosy neighbors maybe potentially looking in. There's a creepy woman staring back at you, right? This one, no one can see in through anyway, so it's not an issue. But these ones, because they were like floor height, that was kind of an issue. I would absolutely love if I could do like a rolled up carpet or something like scrunched up, like as if it was on the floor, but the witch kind of moved it out the way and pushed it into the corner. But I don't think that exists. Experience, we have that in common. I mean, that we like having a shared experience. You miss the island though, but I don't think you live there anymore because of the weather. Maybe. Probably start the War of the Roses too. Could be exciting at least. None of these are rolled up, so that's fine. I want to have a look in here. If I look in sandbox mode, this shows me the damaged stuff. This is normally not available in this game mode. This is the stuff that will show up when you're cleaning a property. So it's usually stuff that's damaged, right? Like windows, bed frames, a reception sign, fire filter, Yeah, that's what I said. This was the pre-era before wallpaper, so I wouldn't use that anyway. So if these were bigger, I could have used those as like, if I could make that bigger, that'd be a great like sheet or something. But Linkin Park, I do love Linkin Park. Huge fan. Is there a rectangular dust motif at all? Something that looks like she recently moved the rug out. That could work, right? Can't make that bigger. Sadly, you can't resize a lot of stuff, right? I could put what would look like a dust line or something around here, or I could dust up in inverted rectangle. So it implies that the dust is all the way round where the carpet would have been, maybe. So if I, is there anything that's just like a straight line? There is, right? Yeah. Right, so if I did something like that. Oh, that looks more like a gash wound. Oh, wait. I can change, I had to change the thickness, right? There we go. I could do a few of those. It might be a lot of work for very little purpose because you can't quite see it anyway, right? Right, but you could do like a line like that to imply that there was a carpet there, but maybe a carpet may have also predated the, or this house might predate carpet. Hi, Queen. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored. It will. Me when at Chancey, don't stay in the love ball. Yes. You used to scream this so well. They're such good songs. Okay, Ludo, you know who this is, right? My Chemical Romance teenagers, right? The fact that I used to listen to this song growing up when I was a teenager, like it made any sense. And I was like jamming out to this song, and I'm like, yeah, I relate. Teenagers scared the shit out of me too. And I'm like, I am a teenager. I'm like, listen to this, like I'm so scared. You made me want to listen to a song. Thank you, Rick. Was it a good song? Recommend some songs, but like Queen, are they good songs? Queen, I don't know your taste, but Queen actually, Queen. When I look at you, I get lingering emo. You know, lingering emo. Like I feel like if you heard the first opening to Black Parade, you would immediately start singing, right? Interesting emote choice for sure, right? It's a good song. Is Electric Cool Boy. Do I know that one? Have I heard that one? I probably have, right? I probably have. Okay, I'm not having any luck in this section. What about sandbox in here? So we can have dead plants and stuff. Trash? No. I was just hoping to find something that was even more damaged or crumbly or fallen apart that I could use, right? Maybe we are done with this room for now. Simi share songs and Instagram stories. I mean, I'll allow this. Back in the day, teenagers scared the living shit out of me was about creepy emo kids, and now it's like crazy iPad kids who are dead in the eyes. Yes, literally that. And it's funny because the the, the creepy emo kids were the people who listen to this music, right? The band is Electric Cool Boy. The song is their version of Still Waiting. I feel like I haven't heard of that before. Also, I want this to be on this side. Thank you. This playlist has gone from my playlist to just playing into things that we think you would like. You know, we were the teenagers all along, right? We were the problem. Okay. Oh, wait. That should be here because, or here. No, that should be here because this is the fireplace, right? Yes, I can put the fire upstairs if I do this. Oh, yeah. Right? I can have the fire up here also. Cute. Muse is great. I like Muse too. Okay. Yeah, if I do it like this. Oh. Let me deleting it. I didn't realize what I was pressing. Okay. I want to copy this. Oh, I didn't even go up. Okay. Do this. Leave the... Right. Okay. Yeah, I know what that is. That's me. I have to change that. Whoops. That was the exterior thing out here, so I'm going to have to fix that real quick. There we go. Okay. We need a space, obviously, so that the smoke can still escape, right? Can this go back at all by one block? No. It's fine. It works even if it doesn't look like it works. Because we'd have the fire here as well, and then the smoke would be going up behind it, right? Black Veil Bride's Muse, motionless in white. So Queen, so we like similar stuff. But if I upstairs, if I do this, and a paramedic shows, it's just me burning the place down, right? Back from Zoomies, how's the Getty challenge build? Mocha, we finished our little witch's room. Come see. Look. Our little witch's room. Is this how you get into the house? Are you Santa Claus? Then maybe. Would you like to come down the chimney? Love that. It's cute, right? She was doing some hexing, a little blood magic. She, I think, has died. And all the furniture's fallen over, you know. Hi, Beans. Hi, welcome in. Thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate you. You're ho-ho when you're on your lap. Then you should definitely come down the chimney. I think that's a good idea. Okay, perfect. So what I can do is I can replicate this. No, I don't need the cauldron. I need this. Okay, Calcifer has kept the place nice and warm and toasty whilst we've been away. Like that. Okay. Then we actually have this here as well. How tall is this? This is 7. Oh, wait. Let me grab that. 7, and then the one above it was this. Calcifer, great reference. I'm glad you picked up on it. I'm a huge fan of Howl's Moving Castle. But it also matches the witchy vibe a little, right? Kind of does. The Veronicas, I do like the Veronicas too. Well, I say that now, I think there's like one good song that I remember, and then other than that, I don't know the rest. Okay. Cute fire. What did I do here? I have these beams running all the way up. Gorgeous. I'm trying to match the style because it would be the same all the way up, wouldn't it, in each room? Lovely. Same. I love the Studio Ghibli movies. They're very it's Japanese Disney to me, which I don't know if that might be an insult to Japanese people or Japan itself. But they have the same vibe. Like they're very wholesome, very cozy, very family friendly, and always a really good time. You put them on and they're just lovely, you know, like absolutely lovely. So I love a good Studio Ghibli. We need a I don't want it near there because it's wooden furniture. If I put it there, it's a lot of space wasted, but oh, I can't even put it into the wall because they would never have had any fitted furniture. Everything would have been freestanding. Maybe I could just push it along. I think we could have like a cute little table here with a chair too. The Poor Japans, yes. Kiki's Delivery Service is your favorite. I didn't watch that one until a few years back, more recent than the other ones. I ended up really liking that because we played a game called Mickey's something something. It, me Witch Mountain Miko's Witch something, I can't remember the name of it, and it felt like the same game. It was a girl who had a broomstick and she would fly around delivering mail to everyone in the game. It is really dramatic because at the beginning of the game the witch kicked her off the top of the mountain. She fell all the way down and crashed into the ground. She splattered. Go to Ghibli Museum when he goes to Japan. You know what, it would definitely, if I ever went, it would be on the list. Oh, going back to Skrillex again. Okay. Thank you, playlist. You're a little bit bipolar today, but thank you. Maybe we could do like a tatty rug in here. If you're going to do it anywhere, I feel like it might be in like the bedroom, right? I wish you could change the textures of these though. Because if you pick the tatty texture, you can't tatify a nice pattern, right? You can only, if you tatify it, that's the only style that you have. Patched fabric. But it's going to be, the problem is it's going to be damaged if it's in here. I used to listen to this song in the bathtub when I was a kid. I don't know why. See, I can't change it. It's more bipolar than me. That's my music taste, sadly. I don't know if I can do a rug. I don't think I can. I don't think I can get away with a rug because I can't make it look tatty. Wait. I could put dirt on it and make it look darker. Hi, Jelly. Hi, welcome in. How are you doing? Wait, let me try that. I figure I could dirtify things. If it was like a knitted fabric, maybe. I don't know what kind of pattern it would have had then. Jelly, how are you doing? How is your Friday? What are you playing? What are you doing? I don't know if they would have had a texture. I think it would have just been a plain rug and then it's just gonna be dirty, right? We'll just make the rug dirty. So if I make it like a beige kind of color and put it down. Is that too fancy? I don't know. So what I could do is I could completely tatify it like this. Oh, that just stretches it. That doesn't just extend it. I don't want to stretch it. I have to do it twice. Add a moss too? Oh, I could. I don't know if I can add a moss. I might be able to. Might be able to add some moss as like a trash. I know they have moss trash. So that ends up stacking it, which is the problem I'm having. I heard something about you, Jelly. I hope it was really mean. What was it? Tell me. Someone makes me feel like a bunch of really cute robots coming to kill me, but they're very kawaii. It's like Tamagotchis with knives, right? That should be a thing, right? A Tamagotchi just holding a little knife. Do you have a sheep wool carpet rug? There was the problem with this. They have a lot of flat ones, and the only one which isn't flat is this fluffy carpet. I guess I can use patch fabric, but that to me just looks like Leatherface stitching people's skin together to make a lamp. You know? You know. You want knives? We can get you a knife. If you would like. Would that put it on the ground too? I could just cover the whole room, but... I mean, I could cover the whole room. I could just cover the whole room and just do it in every room. Make it look extra dirty, right? Like there's a lot of mud everywhere. It almost looks like plants though. They look like leaves. I just maybe we just go without the rug. I don't know if I can make a rug work. I don't know if I can make it damaged or dirty. You identify things if you know what I mean. Ooh, woo. I mean, I try in the best way possible. Dream bed right there. I've seen this set up somewhere. Huge fan of a nice rug. You know, a nice, well-maintained rug is, there's nothing wrong with that. Should be everywhere, dirt, moss, dust, whatever. That's what I'm thinking, Ludo, because it's exposed to the elements. There should be dirt everywhere, right? There should be. There is in here. No, wait. In here, there is moss, right? You can get, and rotten fruit. Well, the rotten fruit would survive. Nothing like a good rug. Would you love a good rug? But like, there's moss like that. But I don't know. That doesn't even look like moss to me. It almost looks like you're gonna grind it up and put it in a bong or something, right? That does not look like moss to me. It looks like, you know, you're precisely where you want to be, where you want to go. Oh, you want to be in your room. Valid, right? Looks like cat vomit, which, I mean, a familiar is not a cat. It was a wooden cat. So I don't know if that would be what we need. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll come back to the smaller details later. Let me find a table. A tabler. I don't know why I typed in table. I'm thinking of like a small little square table, not a dining table. Something that you would have in your room and you would perch yourself at, right? When you're pondering life or you're writing in a diary, maybe, right? It needs to be a decent height, though. Uh-huh. I'm not seeing many that would work for what I want. Is that too big? A fainting sofa? What's a fainting sofa? A sofa that faints, like one of those goats when you scare it? See, some of these are a little too modern, right? If I do that and take the sheet off, that there, that's like very 90s, 60s. I don't. Even the rounded edges, they're a little too refined. Cheese? Oh, a chaise, like a chaise lounge. Chaise lounge, the little payment like one of your French girls. That might be a little too fancy for this too, right? Cheese, yes. The cheese. An excited mirror. An excited mirror. What's an excited mirror? Or an ottoman. I feel like an ottoman would also be too fancy, right? I'm just trying to think in the era that this would have been in. That's too modern. What about a round table? If it's maybe it's because it's not damaged is why it's not looking too maybe if it was rounded. I'm just trying to think to myself, like, if you're thinking of like Game of Thrones, you're thinking about castles, you're thinking about that era, like medieval kind of stuff. That's kind of what I want, you know? Hi, Sean. Hi, welcome in. Shout the backwards cat. We're feeling very bro today. A sofa bed. Yuki's like, I know you're doing medieval, but have you considered a sofa bed? Feels like Skyrim in a good way. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. Skyrim, that era. So they wouldn't have had like the luxuries. Everything would have been designed for a purpose and it would be very specific. This is what it's for and nothing else, you know? Long time no see. It's a pleasure to see you. I hope you're taking care of yourself. You know if a table like that would be in the bedroom? That's what I'm thinking too, because I just wanted a small table, preferably like a square desk or something, but not a desk. You know, I don't want a desk. I just want a small I'm really struggling here. Uh, like even the desks are going to be somewhat fancy and not traditional, right? I just want a small square table that you would be able to write at in your room when you're doing like a diary, you know. Talks too much. Oh my god, I love that tab. It's true. It's a tab. Right. It's true you don't shut up. It literally, that's why I put it as my tag because, you know, there has been a few people that had come into the streams before and I'm like, oh my god, you talk so much. I'm like, I'm putting it in the tags. Right? I'm putting the tags for that reason. I don't know if the table, but in the red room. Yeah, the bedroom. Yes, that's my problem. I just want something. I think that's still too modern. Someone's IKEA. Oh my god, can you just play the game? Right. So when you're doing the just chatting, someone's like, when are we playing the game? You know? You really want to recreate Merlin's hut from Disney Sword in the Stone, don't you? I would love to make it all magical and look really cute. And he opens up his bag and all the furniture comes flying out, you know? You know. Could I make a house look like a Nigerian movie living room? Beans, is it going to be the one where, you know, we watched that movie where she was asleep on the sofa and the ghost was like hassling her? Was it something, what were we laughing at? Was it the eyebrows? Was it the, no, was it the eyelashes? She was sleeping with the eyelashes on and they were absolutely massive eyelashes and we couldn't take her seriously. It was one of the two. Any broken, ooh, a broken table. There's mattresses, you know, there is mattresses, like most of yours hookups, like a mattress on the ground. Yes, there is. There is table parts, but that's very modern. That's almost like IKEA, you know. Hi, Asri. Hi, welcome in. The shade, look. I know most of you. It was the eyelashes, right? Because she slept in her eyelashes and they came up like here. Like so when she was blinking, it was hilarious. And I don't know if that was part of the story or just because that actress thought that would be a really good look. There is a Pokemon chat if you want Appleton, unless you're Ali who doesn't like the Apple Dragons. I don't even think we have a broken table to use. Though I know I've not really had a look at it or tried it before, but there is an option to damage furniture. I haven't really used it because I don't know if it does anything or if it just makes it so that it has to be sold in the game. Oh god. Ali heard me say that. That table might work. Hi, Ali. Ali, I'm not talking about you, I promise. There is the Pokemon you don't like in the chat. That table could work. That's a little bit more traditional. Oh, it should probably match this. I get. I just thought this the whole time. Ali's like, I can hear you, bitch. I already said nice things. You don't like it either. You're like, I don't like this one. You can call people out like Yanny Wolf Dad and Hangry. I mean, sometimes I do call people out, allegedly. I don't like that the lower parts of the legs curve in. I don't know if I, okay. There is, where is it? Wasn't there an option to damage stuff? I'm sure there was. I'm sure there was an option to damage. Oh, wait. Damage item. What does this do? I can make it turn into cardboard. Call you out too. I'm calling out everyone. There we go. Yes, Hangry. Yes, we can call you out too with all of us. I'm not a big fan of the legs that curve it. Right, it doesn't look traditional. I believe it's like a slowpoke, so I need people to tell me stuff. Oh, Ali, what would you like us to tell you? As just packing for a beach weekend. Oh, can we come? Also, have you had coffee yet? What did you have for coffee if you did? I've There's a defect apparently. I don't see the defect, but oh. Oh, I can give it like a rough wood, and I can add. Oh, it's gone now. I just broke it. What did I just screwed something up. Oh, I pressed too many buttons. Let's undo that quick before anyone sees. Oh, you just woke up. Okay. What coffee is on the menu? Pack us and the pugs are to come. Yeah, we'll go with yeah. I'm not a fan of any of these tables in trying to get them to work in a medieval setting. There is not one table. They're all too tall. In theory, I could actually lower them into the ground and make them a little bit smaller. They're not looking right, you know? You're gonna go out and get a coffee. Ooh, make sure you get me one. You've done some work on the green build in Hotopia. Hope you're excited. You know what? Even though I hate the color green, because it's you, I would come and have a look. You know. Back soon, fluttering about. Thank you for streaming. No, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Probably a toasted marshmallow iced. The marshmallow be toasted and then it'll be put in an iced drink. Interesting. I have no clue. They should be pretty blocky with only a few curves and fancy edges, right? Because the curves and the edges would imply a carpenter, which would be a luxury, which would be more expensive. It would be saved for royalty and those with money, right? Because, you know, in this era, they didn't have mass production. So fancier things would have been reserved for a select few. So something as simple as a table would just be a square, right? But I mean, I could do this one. It's very square. It's a coffee table. It's just very basic, right? That could work. I mean, I feel like that's too small. I feel like that's very small. Do you love a marshmallow iced drink? I've never heard of such a thing. Is that too small? If I was to grab a chair, or at least maybe one of these stools, you would be very high up compared to this. I don't even know what the front is. It's not letting me sit down. What's the table's purpose? It's just to exist in the bedroom, because if you were a Victorian peasant, kind of old house style, you probably would have a space where you might sit, yeah, to journal. You'd be writing stuff down, right? You might have a candle that's like this, right? Think Ebenezer Scrooge writing complaints about people, right? The problem is the only ones of these that open, they have they're like for math books. They're like math books. Why have they got grids? You know? I just want one that's plain, like just plain pages. That one actually has text on. That would have been great for my spell book if it didn't have the binder in the middle. Spawn to spell book. Yes, lots of spell books. Put a proper sized table in. I need a big table though. That's the problem. It's finding the right look. They're all too modern. Far too modern. I could build a table. I could try. Put the round table in and make it age. I had the round one in initially, but I think it looks too fancy mocha. Because we were looking at, where is it? Is it in here? We're looking at this one, right? But I think it's too fancy. It almost looks like I'm on a pirate ship, right? Like you go into the captain's quarters, and this is what he's sitting at. There's like a pile of money on it and a treasure map, you know? Like that's what I'm looking that's what that looks like to me, and I don't know if that's right. This isn't a pirate ship. No, this is not a pirate ship. What I could do, let me do my cubes, because I could just build a table. I could just build a table, right? And put my own legs in. And put my own legs in. Because then I can make it the right height that I want, right? Like that, and then just put my own legs in. Large stumpy one looked like a cut piece of log. The stumpy one, like a cut piece of log, isn't like as if it was dragged in from outside to look like a log. I wish. There is no texture that looks just like a tree, you know. It would be very simple. It would be almost like a woodcutter's lodge, too. You're getting Captain Hook vibes, 100%. And that's why we couldn't use it. Can I copy a material real quick? Fine. We'll go with this, right? I can just build a table, give it some solid legs underneath, and just make it look the style that I need it to look like. The bedposts be like the legs of the round table, so it could work. Just, I mean, the bed is also a little bit more on the fancy side, isn't it? But I can fix that too. You know. So what I can do here is, say if we do it like that. Is that too big? This is me looking at chair legs, wondering what do chair legs look like? Have I ever seen a chair leg before? Have I ever seen a chair leg? Hi, Amlin. Hey, welcome in. How are you? Have I ever seen a chair leg? Who knows? The fact that it has to clip through. I think that could work. Maybe. You better stream this game this weekend. Ludo, I think you should play this weekend. Cool, we are back. Of course, Armlin. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Enjoy your call. Oh, is that too close to the edge? It is. So there we go. That's better than it was, right? That's more substantial than that is. You see the Japanese Householder 2 update? Yin, it's coming soon. I'm very excited for it. I'm gonna have to brush up on my Japanese architecture so that when I actually do it, I can do it justice and not make it look like a mockery. It looks so much better. It does. It looks much more solid because the furniture would have been very solid and just blocky, right? It would have been like, here's 4 legs that we have that are just thick bits of wood with a slab of wood on top, you know. Hi, Dolly. Hey, welcome in. Go to you, Mocha. Keep me in your prayers. Access Hollywood has been cancelled after nearly 30 years on the air. I'm going to pretend I know what that is and be sad with you. Had to make diagonal walls? A diagonal wall? You know, that might not work right. Right. It may not. It's hard to do because of the wallpapering and textures and stuff. Mr. Dragon, thank you for the 15 stream streak. I appreciate you. Watch Access Hollywood. I have no idea what that is. Ultimate is fancy too. I mean, that's just a little chair. But it is very fancy, isn't it? I don't know what kind of small chair to put in. That would be... It would be nice if they could be slightly damaged, you know? Like, I don't know, maybe it's got like the little beams through it and one of them's broken or something. They don't really have that many chairs like that either. Like if it was something like that, but one of the... I don't know what you'd call that. One of the supports was damaged. That would be perfect. Or like that, though I think that's something you just see in your mother's kitchen, right? Might be a little bit. Those are fancy. That one's very basic and solid. That one damaged might look better. Maybe. You need to study Japanese tea ceremony and get my building designs ready. Yin, you'd have to get the game and then we can play it together, right? How do you do a diagonal wall like how you made some random winners for the bunker? Can you make it diagonal? How? Please show me flat history. So when it comes to like diagonal stuff and rounded stuff, you can't place that. You'd have to build your own, right? Grandmother, yeah, it's grabbed by this. Yeah, exactly. I like how that was that was a blocked comp. But yes, exactly that term. Grab him by the something. Yeah. Ludo, you can place the blocks, the cube. Ooh. It's not an awful side. You can place the cubes and build a wall like that. You won't be able to. Oh, I like how those are different woods. Oh, I need to fix that. You wouldn't be able to, in theory, put a window or a door in there. That makes sense. You know what that... Okay, they didn't go through. I want it a little bit lower. You have squared builds up walls, but you want it flat diagonal. So you can't, if you're placing walls like this, you can't change. There's no way of having it at an angle at all. There's no way whatsoever, right? There's no way of having it at an angle. But if you were to use the cube like this, you could, in theory, build a wall like this. And then if you're in the edit mode, you could rotate it, right? Like that. The problem is nothing can snap to it. You can't put doors in, you can't put windows. You can't do anything like that. It wouldn't work. Is the problem. Hi, Sid. Hi, welcome in. How are you doing? It's made like stairs. You made it like diagonal, like going up like that, going upstairs. Need a diagonal up like a wall going up and out. Right. So you would just do it like that, right? Oops. Never getting 5. Like this. Right? You just use a transform tool. You can move things around. But like I said, you can't attach things to it. You can't add a door. You can't add windows. You can't attach things. It doesn't work. Sid, how are you doing? How was work? There was a Pokemon chat if anyone wants it. Did you have a good day at work, Sid? How is it? How's everything going? Need to get your humor to get you through it. Hangry is humor? I don't think that's possible. I don't think he does. Also, this needs to be on this side now, doesn't it? Oh, I can't move it. So when you use the cube for anything or those custom blocks, you can't place things. You can't attach things to it. It's very, very much of a pain. It's not the end of the world. It's just a bit of a hassle. I want to have like a cute book that almost looks like a diary that I could put here. I could tat it up a little. Let's place it and then tat it up. Because if I, whoops. I like it's asked me to choose the paper, but it's only the exterior, or the top of it, you know. It's more of wondering how you did the rounded windows. Can you do the other way, just not be diagonal? Do you mean like when I put the block in to make the frame rounded? Because that was me just putting the block and pushing it into the wall, right? Just to give the appearance of them being rounded, but they weren't themselves rounded, you know? What was good? I happened to be home a bit early today to get to work from home for 2 days next week. Did we like working from home? What are you going to be doing when you work from home? Chillaxing, ordering food, sitting in pajamas. Go for one wee and come back, your name being dropped. Yeah, Hanger, that's what you get. You shouldn't leave. You want to cry? I'm sick and Walmart order just got cancelled, include your cold meds. I hate that. Can you just place an order again immediately after? And be like, look, I saw you cancelled, but give it to me. Thank you. So I could do tatted like that, but the pages are very white. mean, I guess I could place the dirt like this. The book isn't even the. I didn't even put the book on the thing. I love that. There we go. Now the book is on the server. It's fine. You're good company. Are you sure? It said hot. So that's what it said. Yeah, that's definitely what I said. Because your order at 5 p.m. when it's meant to arrive at 4:30. That sounds pretty accurate though. Unfortunately, right? They just cancel things instead of delivering it. They're like, oh, it's going to be at this time and it's going to be later and then later and later. And when it shows up on the last attempt, it just is cancelled because they were never actually out delivering it. They just couldn't bother to tell you. Mr. Spindle Show, Snooky, and Jay Wow should come back. I've heard of a Snooky. I think. Maybe. I think we've made decent progress. I'm not opposed to it. I don't know what other small bits of tat and furniture I could put in. Maybe some shelf units with some little stuff on. Like if we put some, Mr. E. But if I put some wooden shelves up, like, so I think those are a little too fancy. So just block shelf like this, hammered into the wall. That's too fancy. Hammered into the wall. Damaged wood, obviously. Stop that. Right, I could do like a shelves like this, and we could put like bottles and potions on them, maybe. There are potions in the game. I could put bottles and potions up. A broken mirror. Ooh, a broken mirror. Oh, I don't know if I can do a broken... I might be able to place some mirror parts, but I don't know if there is a... Yeah, there's mirror parts, but none of them are smashed, unfortunately. What if I did... Is there any of the windows that might look like a smashed mirror? I don't know if I can. Unfortunately, I don't have enough choice for that. Confidence is sexy. Hangary's just always like telling everyone how much he loves himself, so I guess we should all just love him too. I don't know if any of these could double as like a window. I mean, wait, if I was to remove the window sill. I could, maybe? Wait, how big is that? That could be if I angle that slightly, like this, right? That could have been a mirror that was, oh, Jesus. Right, that maybe was a mirror. And it's now just smashed. It's glass, right? Because now it's smashed. It's glass. Just, you know. We should have them put a mirror behind the window to make it look like it's broken. I might. The problem with mirrors is they're not resizable in this game yet for some reason. I would have to get a mirror that's the same size as this, right? Song is pure nostalgia. We love a little nostalgia whilst we're decorating a really old house. Oh, I thought that was going to fix both. I mean, it still works. I could probably put, they're not see-through, so I can put a board behind it. If I put this behind and I line that up too, like this, I can make that the same wood, wrong one. And then I can push it behind it. Right, because behind it would have still been... like that. There we go. There was a mirror there. The glass is all just smashed off, right? I like that. That's a good idea. I don't know why the mirror was right here of all places, but I've placed it there now, and that's where it's staying. I could even put glass on the floor and grab this, because it could have been a mounted mirror that's also fallen off the wall. Which was the dot? This one. Right, so if I do it like... it was mounted, it's fallen off the wall. Do a window in the floor and level as the glass shows. Do a window in the floor and level so the glass shows. So it's not that you don't see the window, you just see the glass. The problem is if I try to place it on the floor, it annoyingly enough, it removes the blocks where the window is. Same with doors. If you put them on the ground, it will try and put it there. I think there is trash that might be glass that I can just throw on the ground. Cobwebs. Definitely want to put cobwebs in. Glass lampshades, but not glass. Broken dishes, broken bottles. If I do broken bottles, are you going to give me pieces of glass? Or is it going to be... Not the bottle of Jack Daniels? Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. That's exactly... That's what I meant. Yes. Jack Daniels. Fine. Off to the store, I assume that's as we go get your coffee. This house is move tool. Yes. A lot of sandbox is just moving things around and hoping for the best. A lot of times you kind of have to plan it out in your head. If you know what's included in the game, you could maybe make it work. Broken plant pots is cute. Ooh. Jeez, that's not a plant pot. Oh, I guess it technically is. I was hoping that'd be small. Never mind. I wanted to have plant pots outside that were destroyed, but never mind. Was a witch's house and not Mocha's or Gunkel's house? It could be. It could be. Could be both. Maybe they live here together. I was hoping there would be... What are the glass lampshades? Aha! Does that smash, though? No, it just leaves them on the... I need glass fragments. Damn it. French fries. That's what this witch needs, is French fries. There we go. Finished house. Why do I have an option for French fries, but not glass pieces? Like shards of glass? Please. Wait, was there glass in here? In the damage section? No. There wasn't. Yeah, Ludo, unfortunately, all of the glass is in the frame, so even if I tried clipping it through the floor, one, it would delete the floor, and two, the glass wouldn't be above it to kind of glitch the frame beneath it to make it disappear to just show glass. God damn it. That could have been really cute, but game said no. It's like, no, you cannot have this. Okay, come on, join. There was a question in chat. If anyone wants it, feel free to join. But you had taken. Yuki is a kept person now. You can quit your job. You can say, I can quit. Okay, we actually have potions that we could add in. It's a witchy vibe. It would make sense. This one actually says, drink me, see what happens. I could put some cute little potions up because... Do I want them in the bedroom, though, or would I rather have them downstairs where the cauldron is? I think it would make sense to have them down here with the cauldron. Ooh, I could put in some really nice built-in shelving up here too, couldn't I? I could. Ooh, I could. I'm distracted now. I was working on the bedroom, but I'm done in the bedroom now. That might look a little strange there, but if I do it like that, what I can do is I can search for glass. I gave up on the glass. I'm not having any luck with glass, apparently. Like that, and then I could just do...
Sidious just cheered 100 bits.
Shelves.
Dolly, you lovely amazing icon. Reba could never compete with you.
Exactly. What Sid said. Sid, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate you. If you're on the floor, maybe a broken glass bottle could work there. We could have, like, one of the shelves is collapse down into the other one, right? So it's like this, and then have bottle that's slid off of it, right? Could maybe work. I like that idea. Are the shelves too far apart? I don't think so. I think they look good. Sid, thank you for the swamp. I appreciate you. Thank you for the biddies. Nice. It's cute. But yes, I could do it like this, and we could have like a bottle that slid down. Um, maybe I'll do another one on there so it's not too many on the same space. But it could be cute, right? Though we could have a broken one, so that could come to like here. And then I could do one here. Like to there, yeah. So it's not the whole shelf, it's just the edge of the shelf broke, right? Like it snapped a little. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Oh, we see Miley Cyrus. See, I know who Miley Cyrus is. I like a Miley. Find your head to I find my head to bob up and down every time Sid shows up in chat. Me too, because we get to hit the swamp. Always a good time. Okay, what I can do is put a board. If I do this, I can put a board behind it, because obviously it's a... There's not much which is built in, but the shelf units, they would be built in, right? Like that. Like that. There we go. Little built-in shelf unit over there, and then we could put potions and whatever other witchy things you might find here. Maybe even some small candles again. Small lit ones. Just to make life a little bit creepier. Like this, and then if I type in potion, because, you know, the cauldron is here. It makes sense that the potions may also be here. Can I remove the labels from these? I don't believe so, but if I put them backwards, you wouldn't see the labels. Some skulls, some herbs. Skulls and herbs would make sense, right? Because you want to grab your stuff easily so that you could make another potion, right? So if I put that backwards, you can't see the labels on it. You can also change the liquid inside too. So green, because it's like a poison. Like that. Not sure Brit knows much about the show. It was 9 when it first aired. I don't think I've heard of it. I do apologize. I'm so sorry. Dolly always references shows I've not seen. I feel bad because I can't reciprocate, but I try my bestest. So I can rotate. That looks like a science flask. I don't know if I'm feeling this one. Like we just go straight to Panic at the Disco. Okay, we do a few bottles like that. I kind of want to have one at the end here that's kind of rolled down. I think that could be really funny. Where's the big round one? Like that. Oh, that's this one. Okay. Bring that over here. And then if I angle it slightly, it was on the shelf and it's rolled down, right? Oh, goddamn label. There we go. It rolled down because the shelf broke with the weight of it. I'm sorry for keeping us in the know of the amazing past. Yes, of all the shows that I have no recollection of. At least I know that's So Raven. I didn't have the Disney Channel growing up, so I know of Raven Simone or whatever her name is, but Crystal Bernard. Whoever that person is, yes. We should get some skulls, right? Now, thank you. Someone have eyes in it? It does. What's the difference between these with these skulls? The size, okay. Oh, these ones are a little bit more weathered. We can put a little skull up here, right? Make a little skull moment out of it. Could even put like a skull up here. That's where a crow would sit. Like, sorry, Ludo, I didn't mean to trigger you. That's where a bird that caws would sit to keep an eye on the witch to make sure she doesn't burn herself when making potions and stuff. Let me build the other shelf unit before I do. I would love to put across here like hanging herbs that are drying to be used when we make potions. I think that would be really charming too. Okay, let me put the shelves in. Oh, I can't do that. Hanging herbs? Right, I think that would be cute because they would have dried them themselves, right? The logic. They would have been drying their own herbs. Okay. Try this again. This is what I was saying. When you use stuff like this board or the cube, nothing snaps to it. It's very unfortunate. So you have to place things by like pushing them around to get them to work. I love how dark this is. I'm surprised you guys can barely see anything. I can't. So we have this middle one here and then that little one there broken. So maybe we'll break this top one. I know I complained about rule of 3, but I couldn't have one shelf be fully intact whilst the other ones are broken. Okay. Move. No. Move. Thank you. There we go. Good enough, I think. You and Mocha need to watch Hannah Montana before the 20th and then watch Raven, please. You need to know her brilliance. Okay, I have to watch it. I mean, I already like Miley Cyrus. But I know absolutely nothing about Hannah Montana. The Hallmark movies just went away. I hope she's well. Yes, as Mocha says, everyone does their Hallmark movies and then just disappears. I think they just receive enough hate mail from the white mums that they just quit, right? Because they're like, oh my God, I can't believe my kid had to watch this, right? In a Hallmark movie. And it's probably some woman at the grocery store buying an avocado, and then all these Karens write, and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you showed an avocado on my movie. And then they had to cancel the movie and cancel the actress too. You know, it's kind of how it is, unfortunately. So was the trauma dump. That was like, oh my God. So you're going to watch Hallmark movies on Saturday morning and don't tell Rick. We watch them around Christmas time too. Oh, I was trying to copy the small one. Cute. And then maybe one more skull like right here, right? I feel like I don't want that one. But that's going to look weird if I don't have one in there. Maybe we do more than one. Maybe we stack them. That could be cute. She did with Steve Guttenberg. He played Santa, and she was the unbeliever. Diva that stole Tim Allen movie plot. Yeah, I definitely know what movie you're talking about, right? Is this 2 Parisian catacombs? Nah. I think it's good. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. But a slight angle. Yeah. So she's like, it is a bit catacombs. You know what? The witch just wanted to collect some skulls, okay? She's just a hoarder of skulls. She sees dead people and she takes their heads. Okay, flat nest not. I think they count as wall decoration. Ah, here we go. Lavender, mint. There we go. We got some herbs now, see? And that could hang them up. Animal skull is cool. There is an animal skull too, right? We could definitely use an animal skull. The one lavender. I feel like the lavender doesn't work because it's not dried. Maybe not the lavender. There we go. We'll go with that. Dried herbs. Raven Simone also played Raven in That's a Raven is still acting according to IMDb. What are they in now? This is for a single witch or three sisters. In fairness, there is only a double bed, but there was a second bed. I could put a second bed, single bed in the spare bedroom upstairs, and it could be a coven with one lead witch and two dumb sisters, kind of like the Sanderson sisters. Tend to be anti-human, but pro-animal. Human skulls are more likely in my mind. Yes, unless they just happened upon finding a skull, I doubt that they would probably kill an animal because they believe that the animals are familiars, right? It's kind of what I got from Sabrina anyway. Thinking Hocus Pocus, that would, I mean, yeah, right. It's like the Sanderson sisters. We need a metal pipe that runs along here that you would suspend stuff from, like the cauldron and whatever when you're cooking too. I don't know if we have... That might be a bit too small. Do I have something that I could run across? Give me a second. Let me see. Let me have a look. If I made that damaged iron and I moved that into the wall and I rotated it like that, how much is that going to stick out here? Not really. That could work. That could work with the little metal, because then you would put the hooks on it. You would be able to suspend the cauldron here, right? Like that. That could work. Do I have any chains? We do have a chain. Oh, I could have just suspended the cauldrons with the chain, couldn't I? Would they have had them on chains? I mean, they could have put the chain on here and hung it. I could put that higher. Oh, it's such a pain. I could put that higher and then have chains hanging off of this and then have the cauldron suspended. You can let me place it somewhere. Okay, Nickelback. I could do it like that and have... Or if I flip it upside down... I can have it flipped upside down and then have that connect to it that way. Chains would allow them to pull, right? Because then they'll be able to pull and push back the cauldron. Like, if it's just sat there by default, it's, you know... Gravity will keep it centered, but then they'll be able to tip it, right? And if I bring that over, I could maybe turn that, and it looks like I had to lower that. Maybe I should line up the chains first, and then line up the rest after. Like that, right? And then if I could just get this to a like angle a little bit more across, that could maybe work, right? Ludo's like, ooh, Nickelback. It reminds me of when I used to be in the car with my brother and he used to listen to it all the time. This and Ed Sheeran. Not sure why. Okay. Flip. Rotate. Lift. I think that's decent. Kind of lined up too, I think. Maybe. John Travolta. Yeah, I know a John Travolta. Botox and Time Besides the Pool. Currently a TV show, The Miss Pat Show. Haven't heard of that. Though in fairness, I didn't really know much about the actor anyway, but we should reboot the film Flubber with John Travolta. I actually like the Flubber one. I watched that. Bonus on the remix with Ray Charles. Ed Sheeran, your brother's music taste is something. Yeah, for sure. I'm not a fan of Ed Sheeran. I find all of his stuff to be very depressing. You know. But I guess, you know, like each to their own or whatever. Or whatever. Is that sticking out the back? It is. I'm going to have to fix the back, but. Okay, those chains are connected at the top. It's coming out nicely. Okay, which means I just have to lift that up. So there. There we go. I'm making so much. I'm making so much effort into this, and I know full well Gandy's not gonna look at it. Gandy is not even gonna go in here and look at this witch's cauldron. But here I am building a witch's cauldron that's suspended. So it's about illusion for sure. Look, because that's a fence piece that I am using here. That's a fence piece. There we go. That's a fence piece. You know, Finn today, I like you. Was that angry? Was that for me? Was that accurate? Which is cauldron? Mocha, I'm glad you approve. I'm glad that you like it. Can I lower that a little? There we go. That might be a little bit better. It'd be nice if I could just have like warm coals or something that I could use instead of a, like, I mean, that doesn't look too bad, but I think they would have had more like logs rather than a bonfire. That was for you, Imagine. Thank you, Hangry. I appreciate that. You're sometimes nice to me. Okay, I like that. That feels witchy, right, guys? Do you feel witchy? Do you feel witchy too? I think there might be like a guard that they could put. I don't know. Would that be too fancy? Would that be too fancy if I put like a guard up? Would that be too fancy? You feel witchy and bitchy, as you should. I feel like that's almost too luxury, right? What I could do is I could just put like a fourth transition strip here. And just make that into the same wood as this. There we go. That separates the area, I think. I think that's fine. Perfect. Okay. We have some kind of shelf system. We have stuff for potions and cauldrons and what do I need? I need a big ladle. Do I have a spoon? Do I have a big spoon? That's not that's not the kind of spoon I was imagining. Ladle. Is it ladle or ladle? It's the other way around. Ladle. I love how I type it in and it changes. And it's still small anyway. Never mind. Okay, fine. I want a ladle. It's giving Swamp Witch. Hangry reminds me of a Swamp Witch. Should we change? How long do we have left? Half an hour. Should we find what are we vibing with? What are we? Suppose something spooky. In the UK, if you went to any kind of beach town and they had any kind of haunted ride, they had this song on. I could still put a ladle in and I could just have it kind of sitting inside the cauldron. There you go. No, I was like, I hate this song, skip it. I haven't even made this damaged yet. I just kind of left the cauldron as is. Ali, you don't like this song? But this is beautiful. Ali, thank you for the nose job. I appreciate you. Comforting sense of home permeate the night air. Yeah, the of home, the egg smells what? Not the egg smells. It's the black Indian salt. It's fine. We're okay. Honestly, I put that on everything. It makes it all smell eggy. Okay. We could put some books on the shelves. If I make them all tattered and damaged, we can fill up the shelves over there too. Though if I start putting books on the shelves, it implies that the witch died and not left. Because if you're a witch, you wouldn't leave your spellcasting books and your book on herbology and occultism and stuff. You wouldn't leave that stuff behind. You would take that with you because that's all you are, right? So we are probably under the illusion that this witch died at this house. Maybe. Salt smells putrid, but tastes good. Your dad went on a run today about how the song is from a Nepo baby that only plays because of the MJ feature. Who's the Nepo baby? I don't know. But Ali, your dad was on one today. Did you check his blood pressure? Is he okay? Hi, Armlin. Your fortune says your signature will soon be required on a very profitable document. Ooh. I haven't sound of that. Witch did not die. I am her. Oh, Tom's the witch. Okay. Tom's just young and escaped from all of this. Yeah. Nepo Baby could be an OnlyFans name. It could be. Angry is a Nepo Baby, so he relates to this. Tom, how are you doing? Do you want to see what we've been working on, Tom? Oh, I want a stack of books, but I want them to be... I don't want to look too clean, you know. Okay, Tom, this is what we've been working on. So ignore the books right now. So our witch's house, we have a little cauldron, right? Which is now suspended. I spent ages working on this. It's now suspended in here, though I doubt Gandhi's going to come and check, but it is suspended. We have these shelves which are falling apart, right? And then upstairs we have our bedroom, where the witch lives, or before she died anyway, with another fireplace, and then her spellcasting room, where she does magic stuff. He was pissed at something. Ali, he came in strong today. Like, as soon as he answered that call, he was like reading news and he was angry. I got your job because of your mum. Everything is given to me on a silver platter. I can't help it. Right, Hangry, aren't you also went on the inheritance and then passing down the company to you? I love how I know so much about you. Songs by Rockwell, if you don't know who that is. Rockwell is the son of Berry Gordy Jr. and the sister of Hazel Gordy, who was married to Michael Jackson's brother, Jermaine. Oh. Jeremy Jackson. Gotcha, okay. I had no idea. I just like the songs. It sounds like a really cool beat. Why does it not look spooky enough? Tom, I'm trying my best. My God, yes. Hangry, I know you so well. But yeah, Tom, this is what we've been working on. We're still working on it. We're still making it look creepy. Okay, if I grab these, what I can do is I could damage the books. If I do the damaged plastic, it has a texture here. So if I do that on all of them, if I, oh, right. Oh, like it actually plays into Michael Jackson. And then I pick some really dark faded colors on the third tab. Thinking more like reds and browns. I don't know if they're damaged enough though. Needs less light and more bodies. Would you like to volunteer your body? If you'd like. Do you mix up the first letter of which? Umlin, that's actually good. I missed that one. I apologize. But yes. Feel free to deliver the bodies. I bet you have a lot in your closet. We're talking about Tom, right? Tom has skeletons in his closet. I don't know if those books are tatty enough. Was that about body? Hi, uncle. Hi, welcome in. How are you doing? They're not dark enough. I was also in the wrong tab. That probably didn't help. I don't know. The bodies I have are actually in the wardrobe. Oh, okay. Convenience. It's just more space for them, right? Body, oddy, oddy. You're caffeinated. We like being caffeinated. That's always a good thing. I am struggling because books aren't looking witchy or old. Even though I'm using the damaged plastic. What if I just made them all black? Like all the books just black like that. That's the darkest color, and it still isn't dark enough for me. Like they look almost like they're new still. Can I do custom colors? I can. I can. I can make them dark. Okay. I could do some really dark colors here. It's okay. Covered in mud and cobwebs. I could always throw the dirt on them after I place them, right? Oh, you had a coffee, so probably not fully caffeinated yet. You're still absorbing the caffeine. You will be caffeinated shortly. That's what we like to hear. Love Vincent Price. Who's a Vincent Price? Oh, hi, Shoko. Welcome back. How are you doing? Did you get everything done that you needed done? I could put down a ton of these, right? How much of a variety do I have here? Three, just two. These two, right? Those are too big to fit on the shelf. I would only have variety between two types of book like that, right? And then yes, I could, in theory, if I grab like this one and we did like a brown, like, ew, like it comes out completely different. A gray then? We could add some texture to them like that. Almost, maybe. I don't know. I have no clue. Things indeed got done. We like that. Oh, the speaking voice that ended this song. Oh, I would never have known. Straight over my head, I apologize. Hey, being sweaty. Have you tried not being sweaty? Like a shower. Hi, Mr. Shocky. Hi, welcome in. How are you doing? Happy for Friday. Hope you're doing well. Tom, thank you for your dinner, Uncle, thank you for getting yours. I appreciate that. Maybe I'll do those and then I could just make them darker later. You have taken a shower. Oh. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm going to have a look at cobwebs. Because I have them somewhere. Because I could just... Am I in throw mode? No, I'm in place mode. I could just cover things with cobwebs too and make them look a little... I could press Q to change the style. There we go. There's a few styles, at least. I could definitely cover up the very obvious textures that are similar by putting cobwebs in, right? Can I make it bigger? No. I could do cobwebs. That works. A famous classic horror actor. Oh, I probably heard the name, but it probably didn't ring any bells. Gunko, thank you for that. I appreciate you. Gunko, how was work today? Was good looking. You did like them? Love that in the clip it looks like Rick's clothes are shapeshifting. A shame there's not malfunction in the Matrix. Oh, it could be. Tom, you might have caught on. Yeah, I can do those too. We can also do flies, butterflies, petals. Just have flies coming up the cauldron. I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing, right? Considering what could potentially be inside of this cauldron, right? Oh, I didn't even place that in the middle. Didn't even place it in the middle. Maybe do that. Flies coming out of the cauldron because who knows what's in it? When it's smaller, no spider. I mean, it's just a spider web. There's no spiders, right? You missed Mr. Sharky? I did say hi. Did I miss another message? If I did, I apologize. No, I did say hi. I didn't miss anything, I promise. Lots of research today. Your eyes are tired. Is it time for an early night or are you streaming soon? It's also Friday, so maybe. Also, thank you for the 10 Dweebs tweak unquad boy shit. You said hi. Okay, good. I scrolled up to see. Sometimes I miss other messages. Yes, attention. You can have attention. You can have as much attention as you like. So I'd like to have a variety of books on the shelves, but they do look very similar and I don't want too many of the same thing. I may be supposed to do that whole streaming thing. Okay, good, because that means I have someone I can hassle in a bit. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know if I like that texture. It's a lot in one space. What about dots like that? Like just gatherings of dust? Yeah, maybe that one, right? If I put it in white and then just... Oh, that was fully opaque. Oh, wait, no, that's half... Really? I feel like that doesn't change at all. Now, hold on. I just changed it from white to black and it didn't do anything. What's the fun in doing what you're supposed to do? That's true. I mean, why not be a rebel and just... Looks like mold. See, molds could work, right? What if I made it like a very dark green? I don't know if it still didn't change. Oh, I didn't save it. That's my fault. I had to press the finish button. That's why. I'm like, why is it not changing? Could almost be like molds on the books. There you go, right? If I just spin it round, it stops it from being the same rotation too. Moldy books. You want to open one of those and make sure you're wearing a mask or something. Just to be safe. Definitely walking the dogs all night. That's exactly what you're doing, yes. And the applause, yes. Uncle, please give us applauses as well. Mr. Sharky, your fortune says, look for the silver lining. It's easier to find than the gold one. Okay. Any kind of lining would be good, right? Okay, I like this one too. Okay, so throwing some mold up on the books because they're all moldy and disgusting. I could maybe lay down some books. Just lay some books down just here and there. Just they didn't put back on the shelf. They just left them because lazy witches, you know. I only want it on the. There we go. I only want it on the book and not on the shelf itself. This song is absolute banger. Some of the books leaning, ooh, like leaning against it. I could do that too, right? I could put one up there, like leaning there, and then even here in the corner, kind of leaning up. Kind of a couple of minutes ago, it's the weekend. It is the weekend. It's some kind of Halloween playlist. It is, yeah. Well, it is now. We will listen to other music for like the whole stream. Okay, so like I could, if I do it like this, right? I could do it like that, right? Lots of books, just tat. Oh, that's going to be a pain for me to put. You know what? It's fine. There's mold on it. Some mold on it. Making a Halloween playlist yourself, it's harder than Christmas because there's less music about Halloween. Right, for sure. No one makes Halloween music. There's just some music that has certain instruments or melodies to it that are creepy, you know? All the lyrics sell it too. How are you doing? I'm doing okay, Mr. Sharky. How are you doing? How has your Friday been? Anything good going on? The new I'm washing my hair, yes, but Gunkle's bald, so walking the dogs makes sense, right? I guess it does. Trying to do that next week's conference just sent me an app yesterday. I'm still going through the attendees list for Bill's visit. You're going to be a weekend thing. Not this. No, you're getting no time off. Can help Bill be on the tippy toes next week. Partner with you. That sounds fun, right? A lot of music considered Halloween music is about Halloween technically, but it's the theme for Halloween. Yeah. And it's like I said, like the instruments or the melodies give it like an eerie feel, right? I want to see Bill do Bill if I'm going to be a mini Bill. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to shadow the person you're trying to emulate, right? So probably a cardio because he runs, he sprints everywhere, yeah. As long as Halloween due to being about beheading and metaphorically being dead, right? So it gives me Halloweeny vibes. Your sleepy pulled an all-nighter last night clearing off your balcony. So what was the reasoning behind you having to do it at midnight and not just doing it when you woke up, Mr. Sharky? I just awoke from a nap. You know what? You got to get some sleep in somewhere, right? You can't be up all day and all night, right? Is it time? It's almost time, Ludo. I mean, you can use it whenever you want because you don't want other people to play theirs over yours, right, Ludo? Logically. So you can use yours whenever you want. That, whatever that is. I added it for Ludo, but I have no clue what it is. No clue whatsoever. Not to make everything about Gaga, but I think Gaga's a bunch of music that's Halloween, especially from the Fame Monster and Mayhem, some from Born This Way. I felt the same with that Kim Petras. Few albums she's done are like creepy and they work with the vibe. Gemini was 12 blocks behind Bill to each destination. A couple of times Gunkel walked Mocha Slow with you. Mocha Slow is a good slow though. It's been demolished, so I had to get everything off of it. And you know, ADHD. Okay, I can understand the ADHD part, right? That's fine too. Oh, Fifth Element. I probably know what that is. Whatever that is, you uncultured swine. Look, I mean, I'm sorry. What are your favorite movies? I don't talk about it all the time. Does that mean I've seen it? Does that mean I've seen it? No. I'm sorry. He will never know what Lilu does multipass. It's the fact that it's the fact that it's Ludo's first redeem is the multipass thing. And I go into history when I redeem the multipass for that reason. Rihanna's Disturbia, some of Marina's Living Dead, Valley of the Dolls. I think a bunch of movies from horror games, otherwise dark games would work too. Yeah. I think I'm trying to go along the pop music route and less of the atmospheric horror game stuff, because obviously those are designed for that reason, right? Petition Gandhi show on movie day, you should, because he hasn't played it for us. Easily bribed, just ask him nicely. Somebody redeems the whole movie, just plays through the stream by us. It's just gonna be every single scene with a sound associated with, and then you can redeem it and just play each sound throughout the stream. What will it take? You could probably just ask him. He asked me the other day of like a movie to watch because he couldn't think of any. I think this is coming out really nicely. Gandhi, don't look, but I think we made a great little witch's wall over here with a great cauldron and flies coming out of it. A bunch of music from spooky theme levels and games that aren't atmospheric but still fit. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I can't snooze these ads. So we're raiding out, guys. We're raiding out because I can't snooze these unless Gandhi can. Gandhi, can you raid these? Can you raid these? Gandhi, can you snooze these for me? If you can, that would be amazing. Also, Lavender Town, of course, which is horrific. Yes, thank you for the nose job. This song fits, right? Can you raid these nuts? Thank you for the nose job. Thank you for the brain rot. I appreciate you. You know what? This fits too. Gandhi, do we have any snoozes left? Wait. I hate the fact it's grayed out for me. It makes no sense whatsoever. What are in hurry for, Rick? Wow. Sorry, Ali. When it tells me there's an incoming ad break and it says 1 minute 47 seconds left, and it says snooze 0 out of 3, knowing I haven't snoozed any today, it drives me nuts. And Gandhi's not answering me. He's just trying to use his redeems. You have a target planned already? Not yet. I should probably pull up and have a look and see who is on the Twitch thing. Just like dancing along. Such a good time. There's Tom. Someone woke Tom up. Must be Wolf Dad snoozing. Got it, snooze. Thank you, Gunkle. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love how Mocha and Gandhi are just ignoring me. Appreciate you. Gets the right in the middle of people's sounds, commands, it just cuts and you imagine you're just like redeeming it, I just leave. Well, it wasn't. I got you. Thank you, Gokul. I appreciate you. I didn't know if you were getting ready, but there's Gandhi ignoring me and still redeeming them. He's like, I can't hear. I have no audio right now. I'm just redeeming them anyway. Wouldn't be surprised. You know what? I think I know who we are going to go rage to. Because Michael is playing Pocopia, and I've been playing Pocopia all week anyway, right? And I'm literally going to go jump on the treadmill and play Pocopia. So I'm like, let's go raid someone playing Pocopia anyway, because Pocopia is fun, right? I think it'll be a good time. Guys, any more redeems before we go? Oh, I found one, Uncle. I appreciate you, but thank you. I appreciate you. Do some cardio? Yeah, I do it in the mornings. I do it after stream. So, I gotta do things. He's driving using voice to text. Please send command wolf dad in chat. Right. How many times can we say Pocopia? Pocopia, 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 Pocopia. Guys, spam your emotes. Go on. Thank you, Ludo. Let me get this raid ready. You guys do silly things whilst we get this ready. I'm going to go jump on the treadmill. I'm going to go get some dinner started. His name is Michael. Love Michael. Always a good time. And like I said, playing Pocopia, so why not, right? Why not? Be a cute, fun time for us. I will wait for the about only thing to be over with before I press this button. Otherwise, no one to say anything anyway. It is Friday, so there'll be no streams from me over the weekend. I don't know when Gandhi's doing whatever Gandhi's doing. He's posting his schedules, and I guess he'll just show up when he shows up, you know? Thank you for the emotes. I appreciate you. Let me get this raid ready. Let me get the raid messages in the chat. Guys, feel free to copy whichever raid message you want. Subs, I don't know why I point like it's in that direction. Where is the chat for you guys? Feel free to copy the raid messages on wherever. I'm pointing somewhere. Subs, non-subs, you don't have to be following to use them. So feel free to copy whichever one you wish and spam it into Michael's chat when we get there. Have a good time zone. No, you have a good time zone and get unsweaty if you can. Bye, Stitchy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, Ali, as well. Tell your mama said hi. Okay, angry. Just from you, because she'll know. Yes, gay. Exactly. Guys, like I said, no streams from me over the weekend, obviously, because I never stream on the weekend. But I will be back again on Monday. Probably for Pocopia. Gonko, thank you for that. Gonko's like, oh, are you rating out? Are you rating out? Spam. Guys, I appreciate you. Everybody have an absolutely amazing weekend. Please stay safe. Please be good. Please enjoy yourselves. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad we made some decent progress. We got 2-ish rooms done, and we made great progress. I'm happy with this. It's the best you ever had. It's a great song, isn't it? Okay, bye. Okay, bye, guys. See you all whenever. I love you. Bye. Oh, I pressed the raid one. Bye. I'm so dumb.